Welcome to today's deep dive. If you have ever walked into a sports bar and just stared at a massive, perfectly synchronized wall of screens.
Oh, mesmerizing.
Right. And your first thought is probably about the digital software making all of it happen.
That's the code behind the magic.
Exactly. But today, our mission is to uncover the physical skeleton that is actually holding that whole digital illusion together.
Because it is a surprisingly physical process.
It really is. So we are pulling from the massive catalog and the customer reviews of HDTVSupply.
They're a vendor with 25 years in the AV business, so they know their stuff.
Yeah, and we're using their sources to unpack one highly specific piece of infrastructure, the Blustream RSU-3RU Universal Rack Shelf.
Which, I mean, to the untrained eye, it just sounds like a metal shelf. But this is the hidden bedrock that powers those giant 160 TV systems you interact with every single day.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because looking at the source material, I'm genuinely scratching my head here.
How so?
Well, the facts say it's a 3RU 19-inch multicast rack mount unit, right? It has 4 horizontal blade shelves, and its sole purpose is to securely house 4 specific IP510 UHD-TZ transceivers.
Yep, and it comes fully supplied with all the mounting kits.
Right. It feels like a highly specialized, high-tech apartment building for AV signals. But I've got to challenge this premise a bit.
Go for it.
A 3RU just means it takes up about 5 inches of vertical space in a server rack. Why couldn't I just buy a heavy-duty metal shelf from Home Depot for $20 to hold these boxes? What makes this so crucial?
Oh, man. Well, put those transceivers on a standard Home Depot shelf, and your entire sports bar network will basically melt down by halftime.
Wait, really? Just from sitting on a flat shelf?
Absolutely. I mean, a transceiver's job is to both send and receive massive amounts of 4K video data simultaneously.
And 4K data is heavy.
Super heavy. Pushing that much data generates an incredible amount of heat. That is exactly why this shelf uses horizontal blades rather than a solid flat surface.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, the blades act almost like an engine radiator, creating precise airflow channels.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. It's not just a place to put things, it is an active thermal management system.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And it also handles cable management and perfect physical alignment.
Which matters because of the networking.
Yeah, in a multicast setup, where one video source is being broadcast to dozens of different screens over an IP network, it's incredibly sensitive.
So a messy rack is an actual liability.
A huge one. Even a slightly loose cable from thermal expansion or a disorganized rack can drop the signal to your entire video wall.
Wow. So this highly specialized piece of metal is essentially the fail-safe for a massive 6-figure system.
It really is the foundation.
But looking at how you actually buy it reveals a totally different psychology. The MSRP is $280, but the current price is $275.
Right.
I mean, a $5 drop on a nearly $300 item barely covers a cup of coffee. The B2B pricing strategy here feels, I don't know, completely underwhelming.
I get that, but that initial number is really just the top layer in the B2B marketplace. Vendors stack incentives specifically tailored for bulk buyers and contractors.
Oh, so there are hidden layers to the pricing.
Exactly. You drop that $275, but then you apply a 10% off checkout code, you add free U.S. shipping, and take another 5% off if you pay by wire transfer.
Okay, that definitely adds up.
Yeah, and they wrap it all up with a 5-year warranty.
The margins are definitely tight. But skimming through these HDTV supply sources, the hardware isn't even what the buyers are raving about.
No, it's the customer service.
Yeah. 96% of buyers leave 4- or 5-star reviews, and they are specifically praising employees by name. People like Mike and Rachel.
It's a very human-driven ecosystem.
It is. Like, one customer, Doug W., left a review about being confused at checkout over the difference between Select & Card versus credit card.
Oh, a site issue.
Yeah, and the company actually jumped in, responded directly to him, and fixed the site.
It's wild, because in an industry entirely obsessed with automated digital transmission and flawless video walls, the human support system remains the crucial component.
Which makes total sense when you think about the real-world stakes. I mean, if you're a contractor installing a $50,000 system at 2 in the morning before a grand opening...
And you are exhausted.
Right. And something goes wrong, you do not want an AI chatbot. You need Mike or Rachel on the phone immediately to troubleshoot.
Exactly. The physical infrastructure relies entirely on the human infrastructure.
So the next time you are mesmerized by a synchronized 50-screen video wall at a sports bar, To think about the physical racks and the real people quietly working behind the scenes to keep it running.
That's all connected.
It really is. But it leaves you wondering about the future. With cloud processing and edge computing getting faster every single day, how long will it be until these massive physical transceiver racks are eliminated entirely?
Push right out of the sports bar closet.
Exactly. Pushing all that complex hardware straight into the cloud. Just something to think about.